as if the painter could see or feel or hear or smell and taste the beams of illumination cutting through the darkness. And in the middle of the slideshow of crude, crayon-on construction paper renderings, saved from the trash bins of countless mental hospitals, there clicked into view Van Gogh's The Night Cafe. It kicked me in the head. Even looking at it from the middle of a lecture hall, a distant projected transparency on a classroom screen, the menace and magic of that painting grabbed me. Tendrils of glistening paint whipped out, snagged my eyeballs, and held fast. Go look at the Night Cafe if you have any access, art book, internet, anything. This was Van Gogh's memory of the Café de la Gare in Arles. Probably a seedy place, but not unpleasant. A room where drunks and derelicts could rent a chair against the cold of night for the price of a glass of brandy. Could perhaps sleep off a day's self-abuse on the crook of an arm on a tabletop. Gauguin painted it later in much sunnier tones. But that's not how Van Gogh remembered it, or saw all of life, it seems. Whatever piloted his body from inside the blue-eyed skull of Van Gogh rarely saw a pretty planet. Look at the Night Cafe. See the red walls like the color of butchered meat, or the inside of a carcass during an autopsy? See the lines coming off the yellow lamps on the ceiling, almost as if they're screaming? The way the pool table seems to crouch, like some badly constructed hell beast about to lurch out of the drawing at you? The faceless waiter in his spotless whites, struggling to stand upright and human, while surrounded with the hunched-over gargoyle figures of the cafe's denizens. And finally, the overall claustrophobic architecture of the room, of the building, like evil itself is outside, softening the building's timbers with hot saliva and warping the framework inward through need and rage. George Eastman's camera filmed garden parties and bridges. Van Gogh's paintbrush captured, like a Q-tip swabbing a germ-filled throat culture, a sample of the dirty darkness loose in the air at the end of 1888. There it is, on the canvas of the Night Cafe, murder vibe tentacles coiling out around your eyes and muddying your heart. Van Gogh entered a room in his mind when he painted the Night Cafe. He acknowledged his damaged and worsening psyche, and in acknowledging it, made a deal. He would be able to take newer, more original artistic conceptions out, would be able to capture them in paintings. His psyche found the deal acceptable. It let Vincent leave the room, the Night Cafe, with vistas and visions he hadn't come close to before in his career. But something followed him out and latched onto him like a virus, and he was never the same. He was a better painter, a transformed one. Masterpieces flew out of him like pigeons from a condemned cathedral.